Hegemon Mason Jamoa, leader of New Sparta, the famous Norse, I-American, 3 development, 1 province minor in North America. Clearly, we're playing historical gameplay here, boys. Now, this obvious custom nation also is a Russian Empire type of monarchy and has Siberian frontiers as well as infantry fire +1 from day 1. So this is by far the most overpowered nation you're ever gonna see in this game. And with Siberian frontiers in the middle of North America, we can very easily grab all of North America very early in the game. Of course, this is my attempt at getting the Ideas guy start as a custom nation with 800 points, but no more than 3 development, and have an income of 500 monthly ducats, an achievement that you can get only as a custom nation. Our units are by far the most overpowered since we start with the Xantican warriors that have offensive and defensive fire +1 from day 1, as well as remember our national ideas give another +1 infantry fire. Now that being said, let's of course establish some Siberian frontiers all around us to expand our reach. Because we are Norse, we can choose a starting deity here. I'm gonna go for the trade efficiency and goods produced modifier. It's just a little bit of extra financial aid, which is pretty much the only thing we need, because aside from finances, we're doing super good here. Oh, I'm sorry, our clergy is called the Godar. That must be some Norse term, I would assume. Obviously go for the +1 mana and just a very standard estates. Recently found out that people take shots whenever I say standard estates in my video, so I hope you take a lot of shots for that one. I don't know if religious diplomat's gonna be that helpful since, you know, we're the only Norse nation in here. Oh my god. We can take early serfdom or increase peasant freedom because we do have the Russian monarchy. We also can spread the Norse rituals and introduce the vision quest because we've had enough ganja apparently. Restoring the Temple of Uppsala might be an issue since it's, you know, on the other side of the planet from us. Oh, but religious sacrifices on the other hand is an absolute must in our nation. And in case you are wondering, this is by far one of the strongest custom nations you can have, as well as one of the weirdest and most fun because you know what? These things do come hand in hand. We're using essentially one of the oldest, least used features in Europa Universalis 4, and I highly encourage you guys try this feature out. Custom nations is just, it revitalizes the game massively, makes it a lot more fun, and just opens it up to a lot more opportunities that you probably don't have when you're playing a standard nation. Say hello to my first victim, the Pawnee, because they forgot to pawn their troops, eh? Ludi with the horrible jokes again. I'm here, everybody. Now, I'm also making this video as a sort of an apology for a bit of a misunderstanding in one of my previous videos, where I said briefly that the EU5 map without the New World doesn't make much of a difference, since we don't really know what exactly was happening in the New World in the 1300s. What I meant by that was that it's impossible for us to actually know the exact border distribution of the nations in this area, because there's no map surviving, there's no actual historical accounts describing the exact borders, so whatever is depicted by Paradox is 100% fiction. There's no way of knowing what exactly were the borders. That being said, I do have to apologize because I did offend some people by me saying that, and that was not my intention, and I was wrong. Central America in particular has a rich history dating back thousands of years, with the Maya script potentially dating back to 400 before current era, with the Olmec hieroglyphs being dated as some of the oldest, almost 2,600 years old. They were inscribed on greenstone plaques and also on a ceramic cylinder seal at the Olmec site of San Andres. But that being said, it is not translated, so we don't know what exactly they were trying to tell us. And now we do know of some of the entities that existed at this time, like the Aztecs were actually a union of 3 cities at the time that eventually turned into the Aztec Empire that controlled most of Mesoamerica at one point. And we have a rough idea of what the borders would be, but it would not be an accurate depiction because nobody could actually present an accurate depiction. A traveling minster, my lord. Don't mind if I say yes to that. I love how whenever I annex their provinces, they just move to the next nearest available province, so they don't actually disappear unless I go for the actual annexation of the tribe, which I don't want to do, because doing this basically allows me to keep on expanding into the New World. When the truce is over with them in 15 years, I can attack them again and again, take another one of their provinces, and just rinse and repeat. One province for free from all these tribes every few years. You know, I've actually always been fascinated by North and South American cultures and how different they are. I've recently been watching a couple of documentaries on the Americas. I don't know if you guys know about this Graham Norton guy. He's a little bit of a quack, but he has some good points too. I don't know if you watched Ancient Apocalypse on Netflix, and he really should should not be taken serious as any sort of historical reference. But, and this is a big but, as a historian myself, I have to say that he makes one good point, and that is we really cannot say for sure what actually existed prior to the last age. I actually find New World history to be very, very fascinating because it's such a completely different mindset, the way that they build up their civilizations in the past compared to how us in the old world used to do it. Like most of the old world civilizations are pretty much interlinked more or less, since they've basically had people moving from one part to another part of the old world, and they brought with them their customs and their traditions, and they mingled with the new people in the new area. But in the new world, sure, that is the same case. They did mingle with each other and they have influenced each other, but they actually have some very, very different cultures. North America is like a completely different world from Central and South America. I'd say Central and South America are very similar when you compare them to North America, where in North America we have predominantly shamanism, and we have a nice mixture between the land and the people living in these lands, whilst in the South and in the central part of the Americas, we have basically a civilization that I would say would have rivaled early old world civilizations had it discovered certain technologies, or better yet, had it used certain technologies more. Because yes, they did have metallurgy in the new world, they did use tools, they had bronze tools, etc., but they didn't use them as much as we use them in the old world. In fact, one of the main focuses of them using metallurgy was for producing gold and ceremonial items rather than using it for war, like making swords and all that, which we kind of excel at, right? Oh god, I just realized we also have the Russian abilities. We can get manpower, infantry combat ability, national tax idea cost reduction, and we can also lower the autonomy and profit. This is just ridiculous. This is, I have to say, this is probably the most powerful nation I've made as a custom nation in a really long time. Hey, we've got an heir. Okay, we're gonna give him a proper name. He shall be known as Bustin Jeeber. He's a great musician amongst our people here, and we are starting to get our very first colonies established. The best part about the Siberian frontiers is that it also makes it our culture and our religion. So once we have these established, it's smooth sailing afterwards. Go ahead and get more Siberian frontiers all around us here. Oh, I love clicking this button. This is one of the most satisfying button clicks I've ever had. Take note, if you do Siberian frontiers, try not to march with your armies when you are colonizing, because these rebels will not rebel, but if you march with your armies, they might rise up against the army. So just try not to touch these tiles until you finish colonizing them. Step 1, enlarge our army so we can get ready for the war to end all wars in our region at least. Step 2, murder everybody around us. We already got 17 innovation, all thanks to our brave leader, Hegemon Mason Jamoa, greatest leader ever, and totally not Aquaman. Totally not. He's 100% not Aquaman, I promise. Oh, we can upgrade our units to the reformed Xantican warriors now. 2 fire, well actually 3 fire from day 1. Oh my god, this is actually ridiculous. And now that one war has ended, another one shall begin. Yay, perpetual war machine, guys. It's the perpetual war machine. Totally not warmongering here. Oh, hey guys, check this out. We can separate the boyars from the court. Yeah, sure, we totally have boyars in the new world. Why is this tribe called Chickasaw? Oh no, they're giving free condottieri to Chickasaw. Okay, I'm actually serious now. I figured out how they named their tribe. They saw a chick and then they're like, oh, Chickasaw. It's a made-up tribe, isn't it? It's a freaking made-up tribe. Be honest with me. Fun fact about the Chickasaw, it's a indigenous nation still around today that is recognized by the United States. It has 4 districts in the south central part of Oklahoma, and the really cool part about Chickasaw is that it has a matrilineal system where people belong to the mother side of the clan, which is very unique for sure in history in general, not just in the new world. That's also why the name is Chickasaw, clearly, right? They saw a chick and they're like, yo, I'm gonna be on your clan from now on. All right, time to wipe out people here. Oh, misty eyes of the mountain below, you gonna be my religion? Yay, that's like the 3rd nation I convert to my religion. Look at that, so many Norse people. Everybody's returning to the real faith that they totally were a part of at some point. Clearly, I'm not just making this up. Clearly, right? Already up to 30 overextension, and we're gonna get some more because we're gonna continue to expand. We're totally not warmongering here. In fact, this might be even called a playing toll run, okay? I want to point out that the scale at which we expand after the first few provinces are done is insane. Look at this. We basically have 25% of North America in just the first freaking 15 years of the campaign. That actually is crazy to me. We even managed to get into the Pueblo areas now, so we can attack all of these nations as well. So go ahead and lower the autonomy, and let's recruit some more units, because I think we can have 3 wars at the same time and still carry on. Hello, Pony. It's me again. I come to say hello. This time I'm gonna fully annex both Mescalero and Pawnee, since I border Mescalero and I can do it now. This is like the 4th war we had with them already. They've been allying everyone that I've been attacking. Let's attack Comanche as well, which is allied to Blackfoot, or as I like to call them, Gangrene. Get it? Because Blackfoot. You get Blackfoot when you get gangrene. Don't you love it seeing a massive swathe of Spartan culture in the middle of North America in a freaking Iron Man compatible game? For sure, one of the most different civilizations in North America are the ones in Pueblo, as these particular tribes were settled tribes, unlike most of the North American tribes, which were migrating around the place from one place to another. That's why the cultural makeup of North America is so weird. Like, you have certain tribes from one culture group visible in the other side of the continent, like Caddo and Pawnee, for example, here, right? That's because of the migration that was happening. But the Pueblo people have been settled in this area for quite some time. There's actually a lot of archaeological digs and a lot of remnants of the cities that they had. In New Mexico, for example, which is, I guess, around here or here, I'm not sure. There's an old Pueblo city in Santa Fe that is really popular. And even the name of the people, Pueblo people, means village people in Spanish. And I know what you're thinking. Wow, they're not just great musicians, but they also make amazing architecture. That's true. That's true. See, they're just overall very, very talented, in my opinion. Begs the question, are the Pueblo people descended of people that maybe migrated from Central America and ended up in the northern parts, which is why they have this whole culture of building stuff rather than migrating with the tent from one place to another? Could be something of the sorts, right? I mean, it's not that far-fetched to say that some Central American people got displaced by war or whatever and ended up in the northern bit. Okay, we committed the biggest snake. Hey, baby. Look at all these adjacent provinces we can do now. Frontier in. Oh my god, that is actually delicious. Look at that. Look at it. We've literally gotten double the amount of provinces after we took the snake. My favorite part is just seeing the Norse religion spreading in a sea of totemists in the north here. I have a dream, guys, and my dream is to convert everybody to Norse. I do hope my video inspired you to do your very own custom nation and have a lot of fun with what is likely another 1,000 hours of playable EU4 now. Love you all, and I'll see you in the next one.